Very welcome to Government House. We're not familiar faces here today. The reason for you all being here today is that the Premier has recommended to me a number of redesignations within the Cabinet and one swearing in to the Cabinet. And I will now invite the Premier to say a few words about the recommendations he's made. So,
thanks, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Today we're here for some changes in Cabinet, and it's all as a result of the fact that we're blessed to have won the bid for the America's Cup. Through the hard work of the team led by Minister Gibbons, through 2014, we were fortunate enough to go to New York on December 2nd and hear the great news. But that was just the start of the work that has to take place. Because of us putting the bid to host the cup in 2017, now we have a tremendous amount of work that we have to do within government and also within the wider community as a whole. That means that we have some important decisions to make. It was quite clear as we got towards the end of the bid process that if we were successful, that we would have to separate out ministries. So today I have asked Minister Gibbons to move aside as Education Minister. And before I announce the next Education Minister, I want to thank publicly Minister Gibbons for the work that he's done. Education is never an easy ministry to tackle, but Minister Gibbons has done a good job of moving forward and improving the system. There's still a lot of work that has to be done. But I have every confidence that the next minister will get the job done. So, Grant, thank you for your work that you've done. It's a comfort to be a premier and have capable ministers such as we have, and Minister Gibbons certainly needs to charge, so thank you. I have asked to step forward and assume that mantle as Education Minister, Minister Wayne Scott to come forward. Wayne has agreed to that. I'm delighted. In my 2 years sitting around the Cabinet table, I have certainly been impressed by the dedication and the commitment of Minister Scott. Minister Scott has showed me that he has a compassion to lead people, to make tough decisions, and to continue to move Bermuda in the right direction. I know within education, there's been some concerns about the focus on education and the change in ministers. I can assure the people of Bermuda here today that Minister Scott will be dedicated to that cause and will continue to make progress as we go forward. We will see progress at really where it counts in the classroom with our children. So Minister, thank you for stepping forward. I wish you all the best. I know you're in good hands. See, that's our children speaking already. They enjoy that. That creates a vacancy within the Ministry of Community, Culture and Sports. And so I have asked Minister Packard-Pantry to slide into Ministry of Community, Culture and Sports. Everyone who knows Pat knows that Pat is a fierce political competitor and he does the job at the highest standards. Most of you probably know that Pat was a keen sportsman in her younger years, represented Bermuda in softball, and has always been keen to follow sports. So she's well in tune to deal with those responsibilities. Furthermore, with her background in finance, I think Pat is adequately poised to deal with the challenges and the support that we need to give in the ministry, specifically to financial assistance. So, Pat, thank you for stepping up to that challenge. And finally, that creates a void in public works. I've asked former Premier Craig Canninger to come back into Cabinet. I think everyone is well aware of some of the challenges over the past year, but I firmly believe that all of us at times need to rebuild and to rededicate. I'm close with Craig, have been for a number of years now. Over the past months, we spent a good deal of time talking. Craig's had an opportunity to step back and to look at where we need to go. It's clear to me that Craig still has a passion to serve the people of Bermuda. I have every confidence that he will do a great job as Minister of Public Works, so I've asked him to come back in the Cabinet. So Craig, thank you for taking it. Two other things that I want to say. We're in very difficult times here. We live in paradise, but we have challenges that must be faced today and will pay the price tomorrow. As your Premier, I will do everything within my ability to make sure that our Cabinet operates at the highest standards. We will work day and night to improve the lot of every single Bermudian. The last thing that I would say is, with your support, we will get the job done. Sir, thank you for the opportunity today.
Mr. Grant and Mr. Scott, may I invite you to come forward?
No sign.
No, sir. Even the Minister of Education doesn't need to write it. Yeah, Mr. Grant. Thank you.
Well, perhaps it's surprising, but I have to say that I actually have mixed feelings in passing on the education portfolio. What started out a year or so ago as effectively 2 portfolios, all of a sudden, towards the end of last year, turned into 3. And I think the Premier and I sort of both came to the conclusion that education is too important not to have very focused attention. And so I guess some mixed feelings that I agreed to sort of have him pass it on. I have great respect for Wayne Scott. I think he'll do a terrific job. Education needs the kind of attention that I know he can bring to it. I think we've made some really good progress over the last year, but there still is a lot of work to do. So, thank you.
His Excellency, the Premier, fellow cabinet colleagues, and members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great humility and commitment that I accept this role, which is critical to the future success of our country. When the Premier discussed with me the opportunity to be Education Minister, I must admit I took a deep breath before answering. Let's be honest, education has been viewed as one of the most important, yet most challenging ministries. However, as a member of Cabinet, I have been privy to the tremendous progress that has taken place in our schools, and I am optimistic that the change we've needed for so long is starting to take hold. I believe in the power of public education to shape our collective future. I also believe in the power of collective action to improve the system, and I intend to move forward together with the principals, teachers, administrators, parents, and our students. Bermuda already has good schools and excellent curriculums with qualified, caring people at the helm. In order for positive change to continue, we must work together, with the welfare of our young people being the clear priority. As I mentioned, progress is being made, and in the weeks to come, I will share that information. I told the Premier in accepting the position that I am committed to communicating with the public and to listening to all stakeholders, ministry staff, union representatives, teachers and principals, parents and students, and I will make it a priority to visit the schools. All of us know that education is vitally important to the individual, to their families, and to the overall success as a country. As Minister, I want you to know that I will work to make sure the system works for our children. More specifically, my goal moving forward is to lead the movement to improve student achievement, to increase parent involvement, and to engage the community in helping our students thrive in this ever-competitive world. Thank you.
May I invite Ms. Gordon-Pepper to come forward, please?
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say that when we are elected as parliamentarians, we are elected to serve the people who have entrusted us in our position on the Hill. Sometimes that service may not come in the manner in which we would like, and there are some of us obviously who have preferences. However, it would be remiss if any of us would have to deny the opportunity to serve Bermuda in whatever capacity. Today, I find myself in that position, to say thank you to the Premier for having confidence in me to put me in another portfolio, which hopefully, having seen firsthand, having had chats with the Permanent Secretary of this particular new ministry, to know that there is a good team in place in order to be able to continue to advance those ideas and those policies that are an integral part of this ministry. Let me also say that it's with a little bit of, I guess, mixed feelings and emotions that I leave the Ministry of Public Works. I have had to support me throughout a good team, and I'm appreciative of all of their efforts. In addition, I've had a very good junior minister who has been tremendously proactive. How these positions will all come to the fore going forward will still remain to be revealed. But with that said, it gives me great pleasure to continue in service to the people of Bermuda and in the position that I believe that I was elected to fulfill. So thank you, Mr. Premier, and deeply appreciate it.
I invite Mr. Cannonier to come forward. I have to declare an interest. I have a particular interest in the Ministry of Public Works, who are my landlords.
You didn't get much sort of
Can I invite you to
I, Lieutenant Craig Cannonier, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to the law. So help me God.